St Michael's Church lies at the heart of this little Devon town, sitting in a wooded valley. Much of the building we see dates from the 13th century, but there are even older features. As you walk through the churchyard, you can't help noticing the ancient yew trees, which records show are over 500 years old. The third one, further down the churchyard, is a youngster, just 200 years old. The bases of the trees were encased in stone to protect animals which used to graze here from the yew tree bark, which is poisonous. It is interesting to compare this view of the church with the oldest known photograph of about 1880. You can see that the clock, which originally had only one face, had a square dial. Note also the oil lamp on the corner of the path. As we walk along the south side of the church, it is easy to miss the very old sundial, which is without its pointer or gnomon. Although the stone is very eroded, you can still make out the date as 1586, the oldest in Devon. We enter the church via the porch, which was constructed in the 14th century, with its bench seats either side. Once inside, the building has a light and airy feeling. The intricately carved rood screen divides us from the choir and chancel, and above, the oak roof beams are of wagon roof design, a Devon speciality. Much of what you see originated in the 13th century, although some features are from a much earlier building. For instance, this Saxon window arch, now absorbed into the south wall stonework. And this rounded Saxon arch over the filled-in doorway near the base of the tower. However, the north aisle was added to enlarge the church in about 1450, thanks to Sir William Bourchier, landowner and wool merchant, then lord of the manor. He also built what is now the Swan Inn next to the church as the church alehouse, to house the masons working on the extension of the church. The profits from the ales went to church funds. The beautifully carved screen dates to about 1450 as well, but has an interesting history. Originally, it spanned the whole church, but it was shortened and moved to the chancel arch in 1812, as this old photo of 1880 shows. Later, it was restored to its current position. You can see the original little stairway giving access to the top. In the 16th century, the oak pulpit was installed. Again, it has interesting carvings, not least the Green Man, or Jack in the Green, a pagan fertility symbol. This impressive window dates from about 1495. The glass was originally in a window behind the organ and was moved here in 1921. It is dedicated as a memorial to those killed in the First World War. The font is of interest too, and again dates from the 15th century. Nearby is what may be the base of a much earlier Norman font. You will also notice here the old town stocks, last used in 1862 to punish a man for drunkenness. This drawing by a Bampton parishioner shows a couple who may have been caught in a different crime entirely. Also at the back of the church you will find two parish chests, one dated 1684, the other one even earlier. Originally they had three separate locks, one for the priest and one for each church warden. Returning to the Bourchier family, you will find the remains of a 15th century tomb now on the north wall of the chancel. The big tombs were dismantled and thrown away in 1770 and later rescued and placed here. The carving is still in good condition, and you can see the family emblems of water bougies, their leather bags for carrying water, and a reef knot. The reef knot is now the badge of Bampton School.
See, here, those are the bougies, or the water buckets, and there is the Bourchier badge, the reef knot, which has been their badge for hundreds and hundreds of years, and that's why you've got them on your shirts.
Whilst walking around the church, you may feel someone is watching you. We've already met the Green Man. Here are just some of the characters to be found elsewhere in the building.
Look, that man's sticking his tongue out at us.
Please enjoy exploring our church. There are some excellent guidebooks to help you find out very much more. And when you leave the church, a further little surprise. On the west end, at the base of the tower, there is a special stone tablet, now a little weathered. It says,
"In memory of the clerk's son, bless my eyes. Here he lies, in a sad pickle, killed by icicle, in the year 1776.